Ooh, yeah, that tight end. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I put a link at the very top. It had all of them that at least I remember.
You like tight ends, would you say?
See, I remember girls walking around in high school with a T-shirt that said, "I may not know a lot about football, but I know a tight end when I see one." And it was the backside of the like offensive line all bent over.
Nice.
Hello, my friends.
Thank you for joining us for the PEBCAK Podcast, a weekly information security show featuring some all-around good people. It is week 7 of 2026. I'm Chris Louie, and it's raining like crazy here, so I'm getting ready for weed pulling season. With me,
Sounds
I
like
have my
a torch.
Just flamethrow it all down.
That's it.
With me, I have my co-host, Uncle Barbecue, who has not stopped watching women's Olympic speed skating.
I wish I could tell you that I did. I haven't watched anything at all.
What fun is that?
I guess I don't know. I think I just kind of prepared for the Super Bowl, and that's about it. So, nothing.
I think post Super Bowl.
Yeah. He's withdrawals from people hitting each other. That's what it is.
Something like that. We know Chris be staring at that stuff nonstop.
He's
I'm
looking
watching
at
the
it from a
curling.
stats flow. Yeah, he's been watching it from a stat standpoint. He's trying to see what he can bet on.
Yeah, that's true. Like, how can we make some money off this?
Since we got like the 3 most important people in the world, on the podcast to me right now, I do have an ask. So, when I die, which is like in 3 years, because it's the only thing you can plan anymore.
Yes, I'll be your legacy iPod, Apple contact. Okay.
No, beyond that.
Data encryption recovery guy.
I want someone to spread my remains at Disney. Who's up for it?
Do you care? Land, world,
or ocean,
Tokyo?
Boat? Yeah. What are we talking?
It doesn't matter. Just know that I don't want to be cremated, though. So it's gonna
I don't mind as long as you don't mind that it might be like pieces at a time, if that's the case.
No, we weekend at Bernie's him. Weekend at Bernie's him.
There
Take
you
him
go.
under Cinderella's castle, and it'll be the
There
most
you go.
hilarious thing ever.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Thank you.
All right.
So it sounds like everyone's in.
Yeah,
course.
everyone's in.
Who's going to dismember my body, though? is the
You're a
real
bro.
question.
There's no dismemberment. It's
It
Weekend
sounds
at
like we're going to do
Bernie's.
the Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Weekend at
I want you
Bernie's.
to. No, I'm asking you to spread my remains over Disney.
All right, we'll figure it out.
All at
Who has
once.
the sharpest hacksaw?
You're just going to drop the body.
Yeah.
just walk you in, just make sure the scanning, my buddy's he's a little quiet, so we're gonna get him in there, and then we'll just
He's
leave
not
him somewhere.
drunk, I swear. He's not drunk.
Or the
not
big
alive,
brain
it's-
move is to stuff his body into one of those fireworks things, so he literally gets shot up and
I
exploded.
mean, you got to use
over.
sincerity.
Yeah.
All you do is say it is a medical issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
then
don't
They're not
want to be
gonna ask you
cremated.
more questions.
Can't blow
HIPAA
me up.
laws. Exactly.
Yeah.
The HIPAA laws about that.
He's
And-
forever riding Space Mountain. He's just strapped in there.
The people mover, just put him on that thing. He can circle all day.
Yeah.
And we have Glenn Medina, who's ecstatic that the Seahawks won the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, yay. Doesn't bother me. Yeah,
Never
whatever.
hear the end of it from our coworkers up in Seattle.
I just wanted to see a really good game. That was not anywhere
That
close.
was not a
terrible.
really good game.
Yeah.
Either the Seahawks are really great or the Pats just really screwed the pooch on that one.
But even then, like if the Seahawks were so awesome, but then it was still a really low scoring. Relatively
Yeah.
low scoring.
First three quarters were
Yeah.
Boring.
It's like the kicker
Yeah.
got the most points in Super Bowl history off kicks.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
yeah.
They pulled the old Arizona Cardinals field goal offense.
I think the Pats had the most punts as well, right? I mean,
Probably. I would be surprised.
I don't
Dude,
think
the-
they made it out of the. I don't think they made a second a 1st and 10 in like 3 quarters.
Yeah, it was pretty
Bro,
good.
It was
that
some weird
streaker had
stat.
more yards than them.
Yeah. Well, they were saying that the Patriots defense, the best play was catching the streaker. Our guest,
That's bad.
as you can hear, our guest this week is the returning Ben Coral, who's filling in for a guest that dropped out on us.
Ben.
Thanks
Walker's
for taking-
Coral.
Thanks for taking a break from fighting the walkers to join us, Ben.
Always a pleasure.
Come on, we have decades of information security experience and are here not just to educate, but to entertain. We got 4 awesome stories this week, so sit back, relax, and Notepad has an RCE vulnerability.
What the heck?
But I sent it to you. I'm pretty sure I saw it.
I saw it.
Notepad.
How could it have an RCE? I think we were going back and forth on that one, right?
Another story for another day. We're not covering that one today, but just know.
All things are possible.
Download your
Thank
Patch
you.
Tuesday for Notepad.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, do you hear the burps? Like when you go to do the
I
editing?
did.
When I do the editing, I hear it, so I have to edit them out. But
Okay.
Zoom actually does a pretty decent job, unless it's like a really bassy one, then we hear it.
I just heard that one. So
That one
Everything Brian does has volume. It has bass. It
It's
has.
amplitude.
girth.
what we don't know is where was it sourced from? Mouth or?
This week, we're going to talk about search party and doorbell cameras, the pervert of the week story. For our third topic, if we get to it, because I have a feeling story 1 might take the time of 2 stories, your cloud data is not getting deleted, and closed with Super Bowl commercial talk. I do want to do Super Bowl commercials, so you might have to skip topic 3.
Okay. Just
Far.
do it.
For our first topic, someone related to topic 4 about Super Bowl commercials, Ring camera. I don't know if they're dropping the camera like Facebook dropped the but Ring, now owned by Amazon, has released a somewhat controversial feature called Search Party, which allows an army of Ring cameras to search for a missing pet. Ring owners can opt into the feature when they get a missing pet notification in their area. Ring will use AI to search for the pet on camera, and Amazon reports that during their pilot period, they recovered at least 1 animal per day using the Search Party feature. I can definitely sympathize with owners who have lost their pets, but this, just like the flock camera story we did, we're starting to see a slide down a slippery slope. Next, it'll be lost children, because, of course, we got to do it for the children. And then with that powerful surveillance network, maybe fugitives, like people on the run. Police will say, well, we have to catch these dangerous fugitives, and then soon enough, it'll be enemies of the state. The stat about this is about 27% of American households have one of these doorbell-type cameras. And just want to add a little footnote here that their rival Wyze, that's W-Y-Z-E, Wyze camera, posted a cheeky response video to it that basically mocked it, saying that, you know, these Ring cameras are going to be turn us into a dictator state. And Wyze, of course, has the feature where you can save everything locally to an SD card so it never touches the cloud.
Yeah, but Wise also beacons back to China, left, right.
It
and
is.
center.
Yeah, I think that was a little... The irony was not lost on me for that one.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, the only difference between this and I think Amazon Sidewalk is Amazon Sidewalk was enabled by default, which was sharing your
Yes.
Wi-Fi. At least they're
Sidewalk?
letting you opt in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically it would share your SSID to other like Alexa, Amazon, or whatever devices. I have no idea. You just be able to connect like to your neighbor's Wi-Fi.
It was low. It wasn't like a full Wi-Fi network. It was like low bandwidth. I think it was like 900 megahertz, and it was mainly for IoT devices. Like if I have a smart sprinkler in my yard, it's too far from my Wi-Fi access point, but I have an Alexa by the window, it could relay my signal. Like it was misreported, but still one of those creepy things. Like I'd rather not have this thing on.
Yeah. Well, the Comcast ones do that, right? So
Yes,
The
the Comcast
Comcast
modem broadcasts the Comcast SSID.
yeah, I tried turning that off, and it would always come back on. So I finally said,
Oh, mysteriously.
yeah, I decided like, all right, you're getting replaced. Yeah, I'm not giving free Wi-Fi out to anybody. So,
Because you can't afford it? What?
no,
Come on.
because
Don't
I
hog
am
my
not
bandwidth.
someplace for someone to come in and hop into my Wi-Fi. So
Agreed.
yeah, and not only that, it's $15 to rent a month, you know, and by the time 10 months or a year rolls around, you've already bought the modem a modem for that price.
Yes.
So
So,
Well,
all
this-
right. No, coming back, I will say that looking at what Ring does, yes, per the commercial, I agree. You know, Jamie on there saying pets are family. Yes. I love my Frenchies. I love my dogs. The stats that they put out is 10 million pets go missing per year. This is pulling on emotions. Again, I have dogs. If my dogs go missing, I'm going to be crushed. So that search party starts that AI search. But then the other thing they say, since it's been launched, more than a dog a day has been returned. Okay, 10 million lost per year, 400 returned. That's a 0.004%. So saying that old ways of put that lost dog sign that's out there is old school and doesn't work. Let's go ahead and use this new one that 0.004% is effective.
But that was the pilot.
Those are horrible ROI.
If this was like GA and it was one a day, then you would have a point. But I'm sure this pilot was. I don't even know how big the pilot was, so I don't think that's a fair comparison.
Were those all lost in Colorado, though? Were they?
Yeah,
those dogs?
I mean,
do you know how many horrible parents go out there and they purposely let the dog leave the house because they're just tired of cleaning up after it, and the dog's going to return now? It's like, God damn it, freaking Amazon.
Oh, the dog went to live on a farm.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're not lost then. So.
Yeah.
I say that, but I actually did that with cats once, and the neighbors brought it back. So.
Oops.
I blame the kids. I'm like, you left the back door open, they just left. I don't know.
No, but I like this. I mean, they put this out there and talking about this as a free feature, and or is this going to be something that you have to pay for in the future? Just trying to see if people are going to use this. What are they using? What else are they using this data for? Now that I'm part of the Boar Collective here, what is my data being used for? As you were saying, for finding others, fugitives that are on the run as well. So again, this is taking us down, pulling on the emotions of lost pets to get you to enable a feature that then you have to give access to this type of information. And if you go inside, they even have other AI features that you can enable as well. And if you enable those, it's going to give you a automatic AI created video description and gives you motion details, and you can read what it was. Ooh, that's an Amazon delivery leaving a package.
Like, oh, that's a homeless guy defecating on my lawn.
Oh. Now, one of the interesting one is this single event. When I mow the yard, if I pass 2-3 times in front and I'm inside, that's 3 different detections. So I get that rather than alerting each time, that could be just one alert. Yeah, that's one way of phrasing it. And that AI video search that now, because of the descriptions, you can do keyword searches to say, show me all my deliveries, delivery drivers or Grubhubs or whatever is being delivered. But you have to give permission for all of these things. And then what else is your data being used for? If something is free, features, then you are the product.
Yep.
So again, slippery slope here.
Yeah.
You know what's... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I could see this potentially maybe becoming like sort of a paid feature, only in that, like, my dog's lost, to turn on search party, it's, a $20 one-time fee or something. And then it could be like, whoever's Ring camera spots this dog, you get the $20 reward. Like, I could see, some kind of incentive system there, maybe. Because if you're going to rely on people to do the right thing, you might be disappointed. But if there's some kind of, monetary incentive, I paid $20 to get my dog back, and that might incentivize people to turn on their cameras for this feature.
Yeah.
So I think that there's something very clever about running this ad, specifically on the NFL. I'm going to try to lead a horse to water. So Adrian Peterson, you guys know what he did off the field? He was a running back. I think he punched his wife in an elevator.
I'm not recollecting what he did.
Like, wait, which one of the NFL players that punched his wife?
Well,
he didn't go with Michael Vick.
Rice.
Don't worry.
No,
that was a dog.
Rice
Michael Vick was the dog.
Damn it, guys! These are the mother effing questions here. So to the point, Adrian Peterson, I believe he punched his wife or girlfriend in an elevator, knocked her out. How long was he suspended for?
Oh, it was like 3 games or something trivial. I remember it was disproportionate to the crime.
Yeah, it was a couple games. We can do the fact check on that later. Michael Vick did dogfighting, went to prison for 23 months. How long was he suspended for?
Oh, it was like 3 seasons or something, wasn't it?
It was like indefinitely.
Yeah.
Right? What it goes to show you is that NFL fans care more about their dogs than their significant other. So I think running this ad right here was pandering to the right audience. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, no, but that's, who was that quarterback that had 30 assault charges against him?
Ben Roethlisberger.
And it was...
I'm telling you, those guys, they look over that. But you mess with someone's dog, that's a real tearjerker. I'm telling you.
Ray Rice. It was Ray Rice, Brian. I just looked
Ray
it up.
Rice?
It
Yeah.
was Ray Rice.
Ray
Baltimore Ravens,
Rice was,
the
but
guy that punched his wife in the elevator.
But nobody
There's actually a
cares
couple
about
of
him.
them that did that. Let's be honest. now.
But here's the thing. Adrian Peterson didn't even get suspended. Is the crazy part about this. He punched his wife as well. I just picking on Peterson because he was a little bit newer. That was, I guess it was 2014, and Ray Rice was in 2014 as well. So yeah, I guess you're right.
See, I was going more with Deshaun Watson and all the allegations against him as well. But if you really cared about that domestic violence and all of these things, but you're still knowingly allowing somebody to play in the league, yes, it is sad.
Yeah. Anyways, they know their demographic. They advertise that, normalize big surveillance in the name of puppies to make it okay. So,
well, and that's the thing. I really think they're pulling on those emotions. We love our dogs. We're connected to them. And we have to protect them because they cannot protect themselves. So normalize it for that.
yeah.
All right. Before we get sued for slander, we have to correct the record. Okay. I looked this up on Grok. So Adrian Peterson did not punch his wife. So we have to correct that.
What did he do?
Got into a verbal argument with his wife on an airplane in 2022, grabbed her by the wedding ring, and scratched her finger.
Wait, how do you grab someone by the wedding ring and then scratch their fingers?
The ring was huge, buddy.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe he held her hand and twisted it, and then it ended up. I don't know.
So that's
odd.
story one. The correct part, you are Brian Greer, correct. He was suspended in 2014 for beating his son with a stick.
Jesus.
That's
So
every Asian family out there.
You're conflating two stories, but yes.
Okay.
I was thinking every Southern family. I mean, I remember being sent to go pick a switch and come back. So, yes.
So he pleaded no contest, but he missed most of the 2014 season, Brian. So he did get suspended.
I'm just saying Michael Vick's thing was way harder. You can beat your wife and kids, but if you take it out on the dog, the NFL does not forget. Did you guys see the whole Nancy Guthrie? I think is how you say her name. Have you seen any of that stuff?
Good segue, Brian.
Yeah. Oh, is that the next story?
Well, it's part 2 of this story. So I said there were 2 doorbell camera stories. So since you
go for
led the horse to water in a somewhat related story, since we're on the topic of doorbell cameras, the U.S. FBI was able to recover video footage from Nancy Guthrie's Google Nest doorbell camera. Wait for it. Despite her not having an active subscription to store that video data in the cloud.
What?
Also, despite not even having a physical camera because the perp took the camera.
Yes.
Which is insane.
Yes. So somehow, and this is one of those things where, okay, Google might have my data, but this is more of like a social contract, I would say. So I don't care what the T's and C's are when I hit I accept, but the social contract should say, if I have a camera and I don't pay to upload this to the cloud, that data should not touch the cloud. It's a trade-off. I'm not paying for it. If someone breaks into my house, I can't go to Google and say, hey, pull the footage. I know I didn't pay for it,
Correct.
But pull the footage for that. Google's going to tell me to go pound sand. But in some kind of crazy case like this where they have a court order and Google's like, hey, we happen to have a copy of the data. Do you want to see it? So it's a good thing. I just like the whole flock thing. It's a good thing. We want to catch burglars. We want to catch kidnappers. We want to find missing people. But in terms of the social contract, if I don't pay to have that data stored in the cloud. That data should never touch the cloud.
Yeah. From a privacy perspective, I may be consciously choosing not to have this because I don't want it stored in the cloud. All of a sudden, you're storing it in the cloud and providing it to parties, not myself. You're violating not just a social contract, but that's wild. That's just wrong.
How about like buying a car and then being able to shut it down, like because
remotely,
period.
Yes,
that's over the
overreach. You were going to say reach around, but it's called overreach, buddy.
Oh, reach around, yeah. What Brian said, reach around.
Yeah, and I guess as somewhat of a a legal cover, so somebody from the EFF, they said this does not provide explicit evidence that Google and tech companies are storing this video footage without active subscription. It does make it plausible, but it's not conclusive proof. And of course, Google didn't respond to any requests for comment. But it's again one of those things that make you go,
Yeah.
How much more empirical data do you need in order to say that without an active subscription, data was in existence and it was provided? Again, how much more empirical data?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's one of those situations. There's clearly smoke, so I'm pretty sure there's a fire there. But yeah, according to the EFF, it's not definitive. But at least for me, it's enough proof for me to say, yeah, they're storing stuff, even though they're not supposed to be.
By the way,
yes,
how
wild they should not be
is this entire story? Like the perps statement sounds like something straight out of Silence of the Lamb. We had the family on video saying, "Please bring back my mom." There's blood evidence, all the complications of the cloud, and now they're up there just saying "We'll pay the ransom, just give us the body because we think she's dead." The whole story is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, we'll see what happens, what the outcome is on this one, but
I just feel like people are kidnapped all the time. It doesn't make national news like this. It's kind of wild, or maybe not.
Stop.
Maybe
kidnapping was not used to be a thing. It's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, I think
it's called grandma napping. Excuse me, she's 83.
No, but I'm just. I mean, it's I thought once it became a federal crime, and then it's a lot bigger than it used to be, so the punishment is a lot bigger as well, right? So getting caught for something like that is punishable by a lot.
I think both can be correct. I think kidnappings overall are probably down. The stat I remember hearing, especially with child abductions and things like that, it's 99.9% of the time, any kind of abduction, it's somebody related to the person, either a family friend or a relative. Random, hey kid, get in my car. Those kinds of kidnappings and abductions are way down. And even in that 0.1% of the time, 98% of the time they get the person back. So it's exceedingly rare to have a random kidnapping and then never getting the person back.
Yeah.
Is that why you no longer see the missing persons on
the milk cartons? Milk cartons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's a non-zero number.
It's because they want paid advertising now in those milk cartons, not free advertising.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It's not to discount the fact that people still go missing, but it's not this giant fear like we used to have, the Adam Walsh case that kicked everything off. It's exceedingly rare that would happen, but it's still a non-zero number. It shouldn't happen, but it still happens.
Yeah. No, I remember watching America's Most Wanted in the 80s and early 90s and stuff, and it was the last minute of the shows where they would have those missing kids again.
Yeah. Yeah, or in the advertisements, the weekly ads that we get, the whole package with the supermarket ads, and they would have like photos like the "Have you seen me's" on there. So
post office too.
Yeah, yeah.
Post office.
Post office.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they also had the top 10 most wanted. Right?
The FBI. Yeah, FBI most wanted. Well, we'll see what happens in this one. I mean, it's interesting that they were able to get pictures, and this is the video of it, and I think it came out. I mean, if I want to say it came out a while after the mother was reported missing, and then all of a sudden oh, we have this surveillance footage of the person at the house, and he's acting all weird, or she. I don't know if we know it's a guy or a girl, but the individual in question, the person in question, has acting kind of weird. And then, like, what happened between the time of the abduction and when Google handed over the video, or when the FBI released it? Like, maybe maybe that's just how long the legal process takes. They need to get a court order for Google to like pull this data.
Yep.
This is why we do the whole closed loop local video storage, right, Chris? And then also block the cameras from going out to the internet.
Yeah, and I guess that's another good point, is there's a trade-off, because I was actually helping a family friend. This family friend owns like a beauty salon type place, and she opened her own space and her own business, and I was helping her set up the surveillance cameras inside. And I said that there will be a trade-off. Like, you can store this up in the cloud. You have to pay a fee for that. You know, there's privacy implications of that. But the good thing is, if somebody breaks in and they steal the cameras, you'll at least still have the footage. Because if you don't do that and you don't back it up to the cloud, it's stored on that local SD card. They just have to yank the camera, and then you have zero footage. So there's definitely a trade-off with that. But your mileage may vary. You know, do you value your privacy, or do you value the ability to secure? I guess the security best practice is you record locally to like a NAS device, and that NAS is in a locked container, so that even if they steal the cameras, they can't steal the video footage of it.
Well, what are we talking about?
Like
here?
everything else in life, I mean, it comes down to risk, and you know, what data are you capturing? How sensitive is that data? How resilient do you want it to be as well? Do you feel you need to? Because if the building burns down and you lose all of that data because of that even that local NAS is not gonna, you know, it's not resilient enough there. Yeah. So like everything else in life, it all comes down to risk.
All the listeners in my hometown are like, you know, you can just go to the reservation and get a new dog. Like, there's just hundreds of them running around.
Millions.
All right, for our second topic, this is our Bury Them Under the Prison story of the week. An Illinois man pleaded guilty to hacking nearly 600 women's Snapchat accounts to steal nude photos that he kept, sold, or traded online. The 26-year-old defendant, Kyle Savra, admitted in federal court in Boston to phishing access codes from hundreds of victims' Snapchat accounts. As a reminder, Snapchat was the original app where you could send someone a photo, they could view it only once, it would expire, and that it had screenshot protection built in, which naturally made it a magnet for sexting, especially with underage users. Savra used social engineering to...
You would know, pervert.
Well, you got to keep up with the times. You got to protect the kids.
It's for the kids now. Or
exactly.
Or the pets. You never know. A new dog animal. New
only
cat
cats.
Shots. Yeah, only cats.
Savra used social engineering to obtain victims' emails, phone numbers, and Snapchat usernames, then texted more than 4,000 targets requesting access codes while impersonating Snap representatives, very similar to those bank, PayPal, and Coinbase text scams that you've likely received. Savra was so successful that he advertised Snapchat's hacking service, so the Snapchat Hacking as a Service, where a Northeastern University track coach hired him to hack into Snapchat accounts of his athletes and students. Now, to put everyone's mind at rest, the coach was caught, and he's already been sentenced to 5 years in prison.
Ew. I'm just start. Ew. I mean, what is wrong with people?
Yeah, that being in that position, that gives you those vibes, like, you know, the Larry Nassar and the Jerry Sandusky kind of vibes of,
yes,
you know, you're supposed to be a role model and supposed to be someone that kids can trust, and you're violating that trust, and that just makes it all the worse.
Yes. Mm-mm. No, and you know, this whole phishing, trying to get people to give you access, get those QR codes to get access. I mean, I get it. And yes, you said with the Snapchat, it's ethereal, it's a one-time use. But as the owner of everything, Snapchat can retain your photos, your messages, and your videos. It's up to you whether you want it to be removed or not. Snapchat, of course, had that FTC investigation 2013, 2014 as well, where they got in trouble because they weren't deleting things off of their servers as well. But now users can make a determination whether they want to store on their device or even inside a third-party app. So that is why these photos, videos, or anything can still exist. And this, whatever, this creep out there can get access to those as well if he was able to get them to share that information using those access codes. It's crazy.
So I want to go on topic, but make a left-hand turn just a little bit, just in the namesake of overreach. So did you guys hear the story about a teacher in Illinois that was like on Snapchat and being harassed by her students, having a good time, ends up sending a snap to one of her friends that says, "I'm going to shoot this kid," joking around. The police show up and she's arrested because Snapchat detected on the back end that she was up to no good.
The friend didn't turn her in. Snapchat turned her in.
Yeah, because it wasn't like a legitimate threat. She was just having fun. Just basically the kid came up and I think shut the laptop on her, just kind of teasing her, having a good time. And she's like, "I'm going to shoot this kid," and then went back to it. Wow. After all that said, you can't stop the pedophiles? I'm sorry.
Right.
All of this,
all the grooming.
This is, this is what you use your good for. Again, she probably shouldn't have said that. I get it. But I guarantee you, no one in this room knew that they had the capability, right?
Yeah.
And they do have it.
And that's his thing. In this new age of AI, it's not just a single word. It's not just the keywords that are being picked up on. It's also picking up on the rest of the context of the conversation that is out there as well. So yeah, if you're gonna flag on that, then pick up the rest of the context before sending law enforcement to apprehend people.
So what you're saying is we have to prompt intelligently inside of AI, saying I have
clearly this is a joke, but
or asking for a friend of a friend.
Unfortunately, I lost that in a tragic boating accident.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, now we know that Snapchat DMs are not E2E encrypted. If Snapchat's able to read all that data in the middle.
Yeah.
But I thought, was Snapchat the one that had to be sold, or was that the other one?
That's TikTok.
That's TikTok.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Snapchat still. Yeah. I mean, it's always been.
Snapchat got bought by somebody, right?
No, Evan Spiegel still owns it. No, it's still owned by the founder.
But it's my squeaky chair, Chris. I'm sorry.
That's why I'm standing right now. It's because Chris
and
is yelling at me all the time for a squeaky chair.
It is that and the mouse clicks. You guys kill me with the mouse clicks.
Some of us have to double duty here.
I think this is similar to when Instagrams get hacked as Snapchats. Is they go for the DMs because what you post publicly that will expire after a certain time and has screenshot protection, but the DMs I think it's optional to make them expire or not, and that's usually the treasure trove of these illicit photos is the DMs, because there's some of these people, they're on Snap, they're on Instagram, and they offer their services to say, hey, for a fee, I'll take more clothing off, or I'll do custom requests, and that's where they send them in the DMs. They get saved in the DMs, and then that's when the attacker logs in as the user and then goes to the DMs and then steals the photos from there. That's, I think, another way that they source these photos, even though they're supposed to be ephemeral, but the DMs might live forever. But, it's good that they caught this guy, and it's just yet another reason not to have anything out there, because, as I say, once it's out there on the internet, it's out there forever. So hopefully there'll be some lessons learned here.
Yeah, but once again, goes back to social engineering, and people need to be aware of things like this, and how do you detect it? And this is also that delivery system of how were these phishing messages being sent out there in order to get an access code. How are we protecting the users of all of these in order to not allow these things? And then it's like, okay, now it's being accessed from, where'd you say, Illinois?
Yeah.
And these people have never been to Illinois and never logged on from Illinois. So, context wise, are they allowing a strange log on, even if it's looking like they have the right credentials? That should flag as well. So again, there are ways that we need to do better.
Yeah. Agreed. I think Snapchat probably learned a few things here too. Make it a little bit harder for them to hack into their accounts. I mean, and that's the trade-off. If you make it too hard to recover your account, then people aren't going to use it. But if you make it too easy, then it's too easy to hack into.
They need liability there, right? I wonder if there was a lawsuit against them on this.
Only if they could prove that they were negligent at some point. That's a tough bar to clear, unfortunately.
Correct. And if you gave your access codes away, they're going to say, hey, you gave it away. Well, you should have protected me. Again, it's negligence. And what would a normal person do in this situation? So is anybody in this case, is anybody being negligent? Probably not. Doesn't mean that we shouldn't do better.
Yep.
I will tell you, one of the most boring things to do as a parent is go through your kid's phone. Like text messages and stuff like that. It's just like, God, how dumb are they?
All the cringe words.
And then
and you can finally tell us what 6-7 means, Brian.
Yeah, right. Brain rot, as the kids would say. Oh my gosh, the new one, K-pop. I'm gonna jumping off a bridge now. But
yeah, the thing you don't want to do is get into the sibling text group and read that and really know what your kids are saying about you.
Dude, that is 100% a legit great advice. Yeah, I would agree with you on that one. Never looked at that one though, that's for sure.
I don't want to know.
All right, on the topic of social engineering, for our third topic, I can confirm that I have received a flood of these types of emails. So when I saw a report of what they actually are, it all started to make sense. A scam group is sending floods of spam email to unsuspecting users with fake renewal offers for some unnamed cloud storage service. Users are warned that if they do not renew their cloud storage subscription, their photos would be permanently deleted. Now, most listeners of this podcast would not fall for such an obvious scam, but we all know vulnerable people out there, and whoever's typing, they're like messing me up. I can't read from the script. I think Ben, he put something down on his keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
He put the tequila bottle on the delete button.
I know. Come on, Ben. Put the bottle down. What are you doing?
Hey, what happens when you're in the home office stays in the home office?
He put like 2 pages in.
His cat walked across the keyboard or something.
Oh, God.
Sorry, man. Control Z.
Now, most listeners of this podcast would not fall for such an obvious scam, but we do know the vulnerable people out there who would give up their credit card details to stop the loss of their precious memories. Like any good phishing email, it puts an urgent time pressure on you from having something catastrophic done and hopes you suspend common sense to stop it from happening. The interesting thing is that a lot of these emails are getting through Gmail's spam filter. I get about 3 of them a day. Legitimate cloud storage services will not delete files so quickly. OneDrive and Google Drive both have policies that put an account in read-only mode for at least a year or 2 before they actually delete your data if you do not resubscribe.
So what's wild about this is I've seen that influx of emails coming into one of my email accounts as well. I was like, damn, which email account or like what service did I have that got hacked?
They got
breached.
breached.
It's like, your cloud's breached. So this is great that you covered it. I was wondering about it.
Should put your email in Have I Been Pwned, and then we'll compare notes.
I guess so. But I was also looking
the answer is yes, they all get pwned.
Yeah.
So.
Somehow. I do wonder if he
this
did
goes
like the
back
whole.
to even the first as well. We're still playing with emotions here, and you're going to lose your memories. You're going to lose your access. You're going to do something, make a choice, make a decision. Very emotional with a tight deadline. So go ahead, take action. Give me your money. Give me your credit card. Otherwise, in 24 hours, this is all going to be deleted. So if you forget about it and you're going on with life and intending to go back to it tonight, so this is all about emotional manipulation. And this, again, is why social engineering is so effective, is it preys on people's emotions. And make a decision before you apply logical thought here.
Yeah.
My phone's on lockdown mode, so can't click on it.
Well, it comes in as an email, so I don't know. Did lockdown mode stop you from clicking on links in emails?
Oh, well, I'll tell you here in a minute.
What's Brian texting him now?
Yeah.
What's he emailing?
Yeah, and that's the funny thing. Like they don't name it. They don't say OneDrive. They don't say Dropbox. They don't say Box. They just said, I think it's like cloud storage, like your cloud storage account. When people just like panicked, like because people sign up for so many. Like I have Dropbox, I have Box, I have OneDrive, I have this,
Yeah.
I have Google Drive. So they just say generic cloud storage. Like, wait, which one is it? I better renew it before it deletes.
Well, that's the thing is so many times I've gotten a text telling me that my Bank of America account. Well, I don't bank with B of A.
Yeah.
But then you also get some of the local credit unions. And I've got a phone number that is from a different state. So I get those that are coming to me as well. And I'm like, I don't even live in this state. Of course I don't have that credit union. So you doesn't pass the sniff test.
Yeah.
So I get that they're being more generic to
casting
hit
a
the
wide
broader
net
audience.
and hoping they catch something.
I mean, 1% to 2%. If you send out to 10,000 and 1% to 2% are engaging, that's not a bad ROI for those cyber criminals.
Yeah. It looks like Google figured it out because it was coming directly to the inbox, but now all those I'm still getting 2, 4, 6, 8 messages a day, but they're all ending up in spam. They're not hitting the actual inbox.
Nice.
That's
Wow.
good. Yeah, I think I have noticed a decline in that, and it's probably us users hitting that report spam button and then just helping them tune their spam filter.
Oh, let me gas up somebody real quick. Ryan from Informatics in Canada. I won't get into the whole like, and this is multiple email thing, but he said he uses Gen AI. I won't say which one just to be discreet, but you can do this with anything that's connected to your email. And so my new favorite hack is in the morning, and it's like, what are the emails I need to respond to today? Instead of like, and then it just shows me like the 10 or 12 emails. I'm like, this is the greatest hack ever. So Ryan, if you're listening, thank you so much, brother. It was a good call out.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Now you could just have that do agentic stuff like respond to your emails.
Respond for me. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You
I don't
need
think
that
so.
Claude bot now.
Ain't gonna happen, boys.
Write this email on behalf of me.
Yes.
How would Brian respond?
We just published something on how to deal with OpenClaw.
Did we? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I need a review. I have it flagged.
Oh, that's good. Run.
I don't know. But if any emails are supposedly coming from Brian, if it doesn't start with "Hey, best friends," I know it wasn't from him.
Yeah.
Or if he
You
says-
just gave it in. You just
I know.
gave it in now.
If
for
it
the
says
attacker.
please or thank you, it's not authentically Brian.
It's not Brian.
Can never be him.
That's a good thing. It's having good rapport. We know how each other behaves, and I think I told the story on this podcast a while ago, but in fast forward mode, I had a friend. He was like legitimately in a jam, and he needed me to wire him some money, and I'm like, well, this is out of place, and I did a couple tests. I'm like, okay, and then he called me on the phone. I'm like, yeah, this is him, and this was before like AI voices and everything, and he was in some serious trouble, and I bailed him out. But yeah, it had all the telltale signs of being a scam, but knowing this person for that long and having a history helped verify that it wasn't.
Hey, speaking of verification and context, what email company actually does that? It learns like your tone and how you normally communicate and flags or even blocks like those type of emails.
I don't know.
I would have bet you would have known this, Chris. I'm kind of blown away. But what about you, Ben? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Might be Proton.
Yeah.
It's not Proton.
I don't know that it's Proton. I think you're going to get more the material and the abnormals of the world.
Yep, it's an abnormal.
That are going to pick up.
Abnormal. I mean, that makes sense because they look for something
pretty
that's
cool
abnormal.
little feature I've never heard of. But yeah.
Yep. All right. Looks like
Pretty
we did
cool
have.
one
Did I
trick
pass the
pony.
test?
All right, looks like we did have enough time to do all the stories, so we will close with our last one. For our last topic, it'll be a rotating topic every week. This week, we're going to talk about this year's Super Bowl ads. I have a bunch of them, so I know we're not going to get to all of them. There were 66 commercials, I believe, this year. Each one cost somewhere between $10 and $15 million for a 30-second spot, with production costs and post-commercial drip campaigns. The total cost for a 30-second commercial is about $30 million. So I'll see the good, the bad, the ugly. I'll throw it out to you guys first because I have my list here.
I don't remember one ad at all. Maybe there was one, but yeah, it was semi-cool, but I forgot already. That's how much I cared.
For the listeners, there's a link in the description.
Oh, there was a
I'll put in
Budweiser one.
all the link to all the ads.
Yeah, I like the Budweiser.
None of them are memorable, though. I mean,
But, well, and that's the thing. For the last 2 to 3 years, the commercials have dipped in,
Quality.
I used to love the Doritos commercials.
Yeah.
But I will say the commercials this year were about as exciting as the first 3 quarters of the Super Bowl.
and the halftime show, right? So let's
Yeah.
get real.
Including the halftime show.
I'll be on. During the halftime, I actually turned on the Olympics.
That's probably more
Yeah.
exciting.
You're welcome, Brian.
Hey, you know what's exciting? Like from a halftime show, like, do you guys remember what's
Huzzah!
Yeah,
Bud Light
right?
guys. Yeah.
today? I don't know what Super Bowl that was, but that's got me still saying it today, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's what
I mean,
makes
that
it
was a
memorable.
cult classic. That and the Budweiser frogs. Like,
Yeah,
The Budweiser
yeah,
commercials.
very-
the Clydesdales, yeah, right. Remember
Yeah.
playing football out in the field? That's memorable. None of this stuff today. Like
The
one.
Clydesdale with the
the
jump
eagle.
over the thing with the eagle. That was
The eagle.
Yeah.
That was a Budweiser
okay.
commercial.
Show off, yeah.
I mean, I mean, the tinfoil hat version, the cynic in me is saying that, Bud Light and Budweiser in general took a pretty bad hit maybe 2 years ago, and they're like trying to rehabilitate, and they did like a
Yes.
full 180. So I think this is showing that they can be, an all-American company, even though they're owned by a foreign brand, but they still want to be like, the all-American beer company, because they dropped from first to third now. I think like Bud Light is like number 3 beer in America after that debacle.
Still,
Oh
yeah.
wow, I didn't know that they had retained that or had not climbed back up.
Yeah, it was Modelo's one. I think can't remember if it was Michelob is number 2, which is also owned by AB InBev, but Bud is number 3.
Yeah,
so-
nothing stood out.
All right, so
I
No.
will say,
I threw a couple out.
all right, go ahead, Ben.
So I did have to laugh or snicker or something with the polar bear. So Pepsi stole the polar bear.
That was good.
And
Yeah.
had out there where the polar bear did the blind taste test and pointed down at
To the Pepsi.
the Pepsi. And then the very next is in the therapist's couch.
Yeah.
How'd that make you feel? All right. So that one was at least snicker worthy. For me.
So I will say, to counterbalance that, yes, I enjoyed the commercial, but an overall trend also is that these companies pre-release the Super Bowl ads to get
Yes.
a temperature of it before the game, because it used to be it would premiere at the Super Bowl. There was a number of at least a dozen companies pre-release their Super Bowl ads beforehand, which takes away from the excitement of it, I would say.
It does.
And
My favorite part is the cheapos. They're just like, find out more and www.wecan'taffordtopay Super Bowl commercials expensive.
yeah, continue the watch the full ad here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 16 out of the 66, I think it was like nearly over a quarter, were either AI related or AI generated ads this year. So I would say the Claude AI ones were very clever. The ads in AI taking a direct shot at OpenAI, ChatGPT.
So I will say that I think the advertisers are looking at Know Thy Audience.
Yes.
And if you look at a couple of the commercials, you've got the Dunkin', the Goodwill Dunkin'.
Yeah, I like that
with
one.
a nod to some of the 90s sitcoms. You have State Farm taking an 80s song, halfway there.
Yeah.
And, knowing your audience and getting that nostalgia going. So people take notice of those things as well. So
I'd throw in
just
T-Mobile with the Backstreet Boys as well.
Correct.
Your cycle
yes.
of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then crypto company Coinbase also had a Backstreet Boys commercial. So I enjoyed the T-Mobile one with the Backstreet Boys. I did not like the Coinbase one with the karaoke of the Backstreet Boys.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed.
Coinbase had a good one. I think it's 2022, so 4 years ago, when they had the little QR code with the DVD player just bounce around the screen. Like, that was clever. But this Coinbase one of Backstreet Boys karaoke just missed its mark with me.
Yep.
Speaking of
my daughter, who's 23, would have loved that. She was at the house. She loves
Backstreet Boys
karaoke, and I don't know if it was about Backstreet Boys. I think that song was on an episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so she knows it very well.
Okay.
Yeah. So, did you guys hear anything about how much the players lost and had to pay in California taxes?
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
the jock tax. Sam Darnold ended up owing $70,000 for winning the Super Bowl here. It's no better next year. This is gonna be in SoFi next year. We're gonna have the exact same problem. It's in LA.
Hey, at least he won and paid 70. It'd be even worse to lose and pay 70.
Yes.
I paid money to lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, so I will say, I'll take the stand here. These views are my own, but in according to what Ben says, knowing your audience. So there were two in particular I think were targeting a certain demographic, I would say. So one was the Rocket Mortgage Redfin commercial. I think that was a total race baiting ad. That's not uniting America, and not in the spirit of it, at least. Like, it's like, won't you be my neighbor was the theme of that. And it's like, it'd be better if we were all holding hands and helping each other out, not race baiting people into saying, yeah, this is what America looks like.
I don't remember that one, but I agree with you. Race baiting me.
Jeez. Can't we
So
all
many
just get
can't even
along?
breathe.
Can't we all just get along? I can't even breathe.
Yes, please.
All right, maybe I hit a nerve with that. I shouldn't go into the second one, but I will say the Hims and Hers ad did not resonate with me as well.
Don't remember that one.
No.
Because you
No.
don't use it?
No, I mean, it was this one was like more class baiting.
HIPAA, stop.
than race baiting, but it was more divisive, I would say. So these two, I think, by far were the most divisive commercial, and they were like trying to take a stand. And
tell us
it
what
didn't
happened
resonate
in
with
the
me.
ad. I'm not following.
So the Hims and Hers was their tagline was like, "Rich people live longer" or something. Like, sure, but it's like you have to put it out there, and like, what are you doing to fix it? And like, I think their tagline
Isn't
was
that a
like,
boner pill?
yeah,
Or am I thinking something else?
That is one of the
That's one of the things
that
they sell.
Yeah, that is part of the Hims.
Okay.
Yes, they also help you grow hair, so that might be something that.
Okay, Ben.
yeah. But I mean,
That one fell flat.
yeah. To me, it's like
for me
it's
as well.
a lot more nuanced than rich people live longer. Like, there's a lot that can be. Well, there's a lot to unpack there, and you can't just put a statement out there for a 30-second commercial and not have a conversation about that.
Yeah, the other one that I just felt was just like what that's the best you come up with was the Levi's commercial as well. And my daughter, my teenager, walked in and is like, "What are you watching?" And it was just a bunch
Booty
of
shaking?
rear ends bounce. Yes,
Even poor Woody. Woody caught some strays on that one. Woody from Toy Story.
yes,
Yeah,
What?
that one.
So
that one did not move the needle with me. I agree. I will say, so we talked about some of the negatives. On the positives, I will say the Guy Fieri one with Bosch. Like, I'm just a guy, because like it was his birthday maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and he doesn't look like him. He looks like an average dad. He has regular brown hair, clean shaven. Like, you wouldn't recognize this was Guy Fieri unless you knew it was him. And then he switches between personas, the average everyday dad. He's like, I'm just a guy. And then he picks up the Bosch toy. He's like, I'm Guy Fury. And he nail guns the wall. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
just to see him in those dual roles.
And then you see the dog with the mohawk and the goatee at the end as well. Yes, I liked it.
Yep. All right. We lost two of our co-hosts because we are going a little bit over time here. So it's probably a good time to wrap this one up. We continue to get great comments about our dad joke of the week.
Dad joke of the week.
This week, our guest Ben is up.
All right, so going back to one of those Super Bowl commercials, one of the ones that we liked was the Dunkin'. So tying back to our Dunkin' commercial, did you hear about the local bakery that burned down?
No.
Yep. The business is toast.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, sorry. That's as good as I could come up with this week.
All right, to wrap things up, Amazon is releasing Search Party, which will help you find pets, but could be the beginning of the surveillance state. A Snapchat hacker was sentenced and has pled guilty and will be put away for a long time, we hope. That cloud storage payment reminder is likely a scam, and we hope for better commercials in 2027. That's all we have for this week. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Find us all on LinkedIn. It's only in the description. Follow us on Instagram at PEBCAK Podcast. Thank you to our listeners and subscribers. Rate us 5 stars on iTunes, support on Spotify, and left us a review. We appreciate you all spreading the word to help grow the show. The best way to find us is to search for the PEBCAK Podcast in your favorite podcast listening app. My co-host Brian Deitch Glemdina and our guest Ben Coral. I'm Chris Louie. Thanks for listening. We'll see you all next weekend. As always, have a nice day.
Have a nice day.